charity is relational and not transactional. What that means is that sometimes we can see a need and decide, well, I think I have $5. I'm just gonna give the person and move on. But actually, what almsgiving does, it goes above and beyond just a transactional help. We are called to form a relationship. And how does that relationship come about? Any relationship thrives on time. I have to give of my time and my attention to the other person to be able to listen their stories. Sometimes, especially Mother Teresa used to remind us that behind the placard that says, I need $1, there is a story of a person who needs a listening ear. Sometimes the person who is asking for help, they probably don't know exactly what they're asking for, but actually what they're asking maybe is our attention. And we see it all the time. Sometimes when you help a beggar, it's great, and that's what we are called to do. But we are called to go above and beyond to be able to engage that person, to be able to listen to their story. Sometimes my experience with relating with the poor, sometimes you realize there is a story behind what they are asking you. And sometimes we do not have the capacity or we don't have the time to be able to give them our attention in order to listen what they are going through. So almsgiving, while it's good to be able to give people things, what we can be able to give them best is our attention. But the Catholic Church has taught us also the respect of the dignity of the person. And we have different homeless shelters that people can go in order to find extra help. Sometimes they need to be supported to find a career that can support them. Sometimes they need a skill set that will help them to make the next step in their lives. Sometimes they may be needing some rehab. Maybe they have been going through a lot in their lives with addictions and mental health. And so when we give our alms and help the other person, embrace them in, we're able to help them to be able to make the next step in their lives. No, really, it's not about the amount. It's about the intention. Sometimes we may not have the money the person is asking for, but we may be able to give them of our time. In Acts 3, Peter and John are going to the temple area, and this beggar is at the gate. And Peter says, I do not have what you're asking for, but what I do have is, in the name of Jesus, rise up and walk. So in that case, Peter did not have money to give this beggar, but what he gave him was far much valuable. And of course, he gave them healing. He was able to bring him back into the community. And sometimes our almsgiving is not so much about what we can give, but it's mostly how we can help that person to make a step in their life.